Hi friends, I'm Sajid and welcome back to my channel SciTech. So finally friends, here is a video on the Poco X3 device after using for I think close to 175 days friends. So overall as a exact count it is 173 days I am using continuously the Poco X3 device. So during this time I did upload so many videos on the Poco X3 and I did not test any other smartphone like testing like this Poco X3 device. So I did upload I think close to 300 of videos, I think exactly 295 videos on this Poco X3, which include a lot of comparison with other smartphones and a lot of in-depth tips and tricks on this Poco X3 alone. And during this journey of 175 days, I'll try to talk about all the features and all the problems and all these different categories which I wrote on the piece of paper. As you can see here friends, I'll try to go through each and every topic particularly, and I'll spend some time in explaining. So in case if you're thinking of buying the Poco X3 right now, so then this video will be definitely helpful for a lot of users. So definitely try to watch till end of the video friends. And in case if you're the one of the person who already has the Poco X3, if you have any other problems with the Poco X3, so make sure to comment below what are your problems you are facing. So definitely I'll do my best to solve those kind of problems. I can find some kind of tips and tricks. So first let's talk about the software updates on the Poco X3 device. So in terms of the software updates, from the I think from the beginning to till now of the usage, I did receive plenty of software updates. Like every month I am receiving one software update, and recently, as I said, I did receive the 12.0.8 version, and very soon I'll be receiving 12.0.9 as well. So let's see friends whether the MIUI 12.5, I think Poco X3 might get the update, but not now. So maybe very soon, maybe it might take 1 month or 2 months to get that MIUI 12.5 update. But overall, in terms of the update, I am also pretty happy. As I said, every month I am getting one, so no issues in the updates. So next is the performance. So in terms of the performance, the Poco X3 has got the Snapdragon 732G processor. So right now in this time of 2021, we are seeing the phones of Dimensity 800U processor, which is getting released around 16 and 17,000 price. So if you compare with those processors, definitely the Snapdragon 732G may not perform that good as the Dimensity 800U. And the another benchmark test results were only I think 2,70,000 and 2,80,000 only. That's the biggest drawback for this Poco X3. So it's even that's a decent score. I'm nothing wrong with the phone, but if you are into the high-end gaming, so if you are more into gaming, you should buy the Dimensity 800U or the Snapdragon 750G from the Mi10i smartphone. So this just my suggestion. So even a lot of gamers, they did use the Poco X3, but as a future-proof option, if you want to buy a phone, then definitely try to prefer a better process. So this is what my opinion friends after using the Poco X3. But during this time I did not feel any lag or any delay, so no issues even while gaming. And there are so many games which actually supports the 120 fps frame rates as well. So like the game right now which I'm playing, so which actually supports the 120 fps in this Poco X3 without any problem, as you can clearly see here friends. So in terms of the gaming also it's pretty good, but if you are an hardcore gamer, then definitely try to prefer the Dimensity 800U or the Snapdragon 750G. So next let's talk about the display and the refresh rate. So this is another thing where a lot of users, they are kind of confused whether to buy the Poco X3 or to buy the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The reason is because the Poco X3 has got IPS LCD panel and the Redmi Note 10 Pro has got Super AMOLED panel. So my advice is that if you ask me which display I would prefer, I would definitely prefer the AMOLED panels over the IPS LCD panels. The reason is because in the AMOLED panels you do get the always on display functionality and all the features which I personally use every time whenever I get the chance to use. So in the AMOLED panels the battery doesn't drain much, but some people like the IPS LCD panel colors. So it depends upon the users preferences, but overall even if you choose either phones, everything it's gonna be fine perfectly without any problem. So even in this display also there is nothing wrong friends. You do have so many plenty of options where you can enhance the colors, so which I did a separate video on that one, how to enhance the colors as well. So make sure to check those videos. So overall in terms of the display, it's a really decent enough display which will be definitely giving the very good colors, but not as good as a Super AMOLED colors which is present in the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So during my usage of this phone for the past 170 days, so no issues with the displays, refresh rate is fine, and touch sampling rate is also 240 Hz, which is also really good and great. So no issues at all. So this is my complete review, friends, on the display. And in terms of software updates, no drawback, and performance, no little bit drawback. Display and refresh rate, no drawback, and battery and charging. The phone comes with a 6000 mAh of battery, which will be definitely enough for you for the 1 day of usage, even for the 1.5 day of usage. So no issues with the battery backup, but after the software updates, the battery backup started to decrease. After the, I think, recent update made the battery backup little bit decrease, but not much. So in case if you are facing that kind of battery draining issues, so make sure to watch the video which I did recently, how to save the battery, all the tips and tricks I thought in the video. So that might help you and solve the problem on this Poco X3. So in battery, I am little bit disappointed after the software updates, and charging speed 33 watts. So which is kind of okay, because Redmi Note 10 Pro also released with 33 watts. So the fair enough, friends, even for the Poco X3 should be kind of decent enough for the 33 watts. So no complaints in the 33 watt fast charging. And battery also, it's kind of okay, little bit more than the Redmi Note 10 Pro. That's also another bonus point. So next is the camera. The camera is another biggest plus point for the Poco X3's device, because of the Sony sensor which is present in this Poco X3. So which has a very good potential to take a lot of very good shots. So 64 megapixel shots, and even the video recording and everything, it seems to be perfectly fine in this Poco X3 phone. And the dynamic range, all the details which I got in this phone is really amazing, friends. When you try to zoom in, so you do get really very good image. Even when you compare with the 108 megapixel lenses, I do feel this camera is also really good enough with the 108 megapixel lens. So if you're thinking of buying the 108 megapixel phone just because of the number, then that's completely wrong, friends. The Poco X3 has got 64 megapixel lens, and it took very good decent enough images than the 108 megapixel lens. That is what I like in this phone. So even in the camera, you won't be disappointing at all. I did separate video on the camera in-depth detail on this Poco X3, so make sure to check those videos. So all the videos which I did on this Poco X3 is completely good and really saturated and high contrast, as you can see. So in terms of the camera also, I'm pretty happy, friends. No issues. You do have so many options around here. So all the software options you do get in this phone. So vlog mode, dual video, long exposure, clone, as you can see, and slow motion 960 fps recording. So all this option makes the Poco X3 perfect choice as well. So next is the build quality. So build quality is another segment where the Poco X3 slightly suffers because of the lot of weight of this phone. The weight of this phone is around 223 grams. That's a really huge weight, I would say. And the dual stereo speaker setup makes the phone vibrate on the backside. It got decreased after the software update, but not much. So these are the two drawbacks which I found in the Poco X3 during this time of usage of 170 days. And next, connectivity. The reason why I wrote the connectivity, because I do have the problems with the Poco X3 with the 4G data connection. So whenever I use the 4G SIM in this phone, the signals will be really less when I compare with the other smartphones. And the 4G internet connection also, speed also will be very less when you compare with the other phones. So that is what I did notice in this Poco X3. Low signal mode errors every time you do get in this phone. So that's the biggest drawback. I don't think this might get able to fix with the software update, but still there is a problem with this connectivity in this Poco X3 smartphone. So in the Wi-Fi connection, there is no issues in the Wi-Fi connection. Everything works fine. Only the 4G connection signal reception is not too strong enough. So that's what my opinion, friends, after using the Poco X3. So overall, I think I did cover a lot of all the things about the Poco X3 and during my journey of this Poco X3 with this 175 days episodes, and more than close to 300 videos of uploading on the Poco X3. I think if you have any other doubts on this Poco X3, make sure to comment below. And thank you for watching this video, friends, and see you in the next video. Until then, bye.